think there is a place for electing a new face when you see the old face and you know what they're doing. But in this case, Brian, 37 years of age, has a young family. I'd say as a constitutional attorney, I'm not trained to do that in the court of law. I've read and memorized much of the Constitution, both the state and the federal. I think I understand it because, as Larry Arnn, who's a great supporter of mine, has told me many times, the beauty of our governmental system in this country is the elegance of its simplicity. Isn't that a beautiful expression? The elegance of its simplicity. When you take the Constitution out, and you, and this isn't just the Constitution, this is the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, also a jury handbook. That's simple, isn't it? And the original laws were not pages. They were sentences and paragraphs. That's what our framers thought we needed, not 2,700-page healthcare takeover bills. My healthcare alternative, the reform alternative, was probably larger and longer than Adams would have liked. It was a little less than 150 pages, but it wasn't 2,700. And I think that's the direction we need to go. And so I'd like to see Brian Rooney stay as an attorney with Thomas More Law Center. He's been trained to do that. I'd like to see him raise his 3 kids, especially that one who is lucky by God's grace to be alive, and our American medical technology. And I identify with that. We have 3 grandchildren. And I say 3 because we have 1 in heaven and 2 on the ground. Our 2 twin grandsons were born at 24 weeks, 1 pound 12 ounces, 12 inches long. It was amazing to watch those 2 little guys in Northwestern University Hospital in Evanston, Illinois, struggle for life with fingers not much bigger than a hairbrush. What do you call those things? Bristle.
Oh my.
And you could see everything going through them, and they struggled, and they had the best health care available. And Johnny, I will see again, John Timothy, named after my father and me. I'll see him in heaven, and I look forward to that day. But I have Micah Todd, who's a 3-year-old, 3.5-year-old now, almost coming to 4 here, isn't he? My best buddy. He caught his first perch to the ice over on Sand Lake this last January with Grandpa. And I got pictures to prove it. And he's a good fisherman too, because he held that perch out in front of him, so it looks bigger. And I say to Brian, don't miss those years. I'm glad I wasn't in Congress when my kids were that age. And then with Marvin Carlson, nice guy, but he's an entrepreneur, land developer. When he heard that I slept in my office, he said, "Why didn't you get a fixer-up condo or row house or something?" He says, "You could turn it into income property." I said, "Marvin, that's why you ought to stay back in the district and do that, because that's what you do." I know politics. I know the battles that go on in our government. I know the principles that need. So I would concur with you. Yes, sir.
Mark, or excuse me.
Mark Walberg. Mark Walberg.
Yeah. I apologize for that. There's questions, if the Republicans take back over, and when they do, hopefully, what are you guys going to do? It's nice to give a lot of lip service, talk about, again, just like back in, what was it, 94?
94.
Okay.
Contract with America.
There was a contract. They had some sort of goals and steps that they were to follow. I haven't seen anything like that. I haven't heard of anything like that. Somebody's got to set standards or goals or something.
There will probably be something coming out. In fact, I think I can safely say there is something coming out after the primaries leading in the November election. However, having talked with a good number of my colleagues still in Washington, they understand that they could put another contract out with America, but it's not a foregone conclusion the American people would believe them anyway. They understand very clearly that their quest, and John Boehner understands this, Eric Cantor understands it, Mike Pence, the 3 top leaders, all conservatives, they understand that they're going to have to continue to earn the trust of the American people back by doing it.